Joining me now is Texas Congressman, member of the House Homeland Security, Energy, and Commerce Committees, August Pfluger. Congressman, good to see you. Thanks very much for being here. You voted yes for this bill.
Well, Maria, I sure did. And anyone can armchair quarterback this. It was a solid first down. It's the largest deficit reduction bill in the history of the country. $2 trillion in savings. We're going to claw back billions of dollars in COVID money. We're going to get people back to work, like Speaker McCarthy said. And most importantly, the crown jewel, according to my perspective, is we have an energy provision that's going to allow our energy companies to provide affordable, reliable energy to the country, which has been held up with the EPA permitting process for years, costing us trillions and trillions of dollars. This bill will help unjam that pipeline and literally get that product to market, helping our inflation, helping the economy. It's not a perfect bill. Nobody's ever said that, but it's a good bill. And the Speaker worked very hard, like he just mentioned, with a small slice of the budget to help save $2 trillion.
Yeah, I mean, how is it possible that he only gets access to 11% of the budget? I want to get to the permitting part of this deal in a moment because you represent the Permian Basin in Texas, arguably the most capacity for energy production in the United States or the world. But first, you're on the Homeland Security Committee, and there was no money for the border.
You know, I don't believe that was ever on the table. We have a lot of work to do on that. We passed H.R. 2, which is the most comprehensive border security bill in Congress, and we intend to hold the administration accountable, Secretary Mayorkas accountable. It's still a disaster. There's chaos. The fentanyl that is killing millions of Americans, hundreds of thousands of Americans. We have to do more work on that. Like the Speaker said, there's more work to do. It's a first down. We have many first downs to go after and get, and we'll do that.
Okay, so walk us through the permitting part of this. The debt limit deal includes that provision which fast tracks the Mountain Valley Pipeline. This 303-mile project extends from West Virginia to Virginia to create 2,500 construction jobs, apparently generate more than $300 million between the two states. Congressman, where is the real opportunity in the permitting part of this deal?
Well, like you mentioned, I represent the Permian Basin, Midland and Odessa, Texas. This is a very important provision, not just for my district, but for the entire country. Currently, the average permitting delay is about 7 to 10 years. That's insane. And it's trillions of dollars that are being wasted. Just on infrastructure projects, a recent study said $3.7 trillion was locked up in these bureaucratic red tape processes. So what this does is it makes it a 1-year, maximum 2-year environmental impact statement process. It names a lead agency. Energy companies all over the country are cheering. This isn't everything, but it is a solid foundational first step that allows us to then get pipelines and drilling projects, refineries and terminals, export facilities permitted so that we can produce our energy here and no longer have a president that embarrasses us by going to Saudi Arabia, asking them to produce oil. We can do it here. And importantly, it's not just energy. It's also roads, bridges, highways, and other infrastructure projects that our country desperately needs. And as so many people on your show have mentioned today, this will help lower inflation, get people back to work, and do things that the Environmental Protection Agency has been weaponized against for far too long.
Here's Lee Zeldin.
Congressman Pfluger, it's great to see you. At two aspects that I would like to get your thoughts on, other takeaways here. One is with the process. We're talking about a 99-page bill. You actually had 72 hours to read the bill. Talk about that in getting Congress back on track process-wise. And also what I think is substantial is not waiting until the 11th hour to start talking about how there's a debt limit that's about to be hit. You start talking about it months in advance. What kind of advantage does that give you, lessons learned, because this will happen again in the future?
Lee, it's great to see you as well. You're absolutely right. We had time to do something that under Pelosi and Schumer and Biden, they didn't do for two straight years, which is debate, have a transparent conversation, and talk about the merits of this bill. And let's remember that the Speaker of the House asked to meet with the President, and for 97 days he refused to do so. So when we look at the bill, sure, I want to go further, and the Speaker said it last night, we're going to do that. But we debated the merits of the bill. We were working with a small slice of the budget, and I think we got a good bill. And it really was a choice to govern last night. And we need to get together. When people talk about Republicans coming together, let's get behind the speaker. Let's take what we can get here. Sure, we want to get more, but we had a good, transparent discussion, 72 hours to read the bill. Let's move forward, and let's keep governing to get this country back on track.
All right, we'll be watching that. Congressman, it's good to see you this morning. Thanks so much.